We started off with a very simple model. This was our first prototype. And so after that, we decided to go into a bit more detail and give this one a name. This is the AEJ88. And this was our second prototype, had a bit more detail. And then we decided to make one final thing. And so this one is the AEJ88 also. So we thought this one would be the best, although we aren't going to use it in most of our demonstrations because it is too big and too heavy to actually fly over the fan. So we have to use these other prototypes that are made solely from paper. Did aerodynamics over our fan, and so that one didn't fly very well at all. Then we went on to this one, which is the AEJ88, which has a bit more detail and it's a bit more aerodynamic. Then we went on to this. This was our last prototype. Although it is too heavy to actually fly, it is what we have been using. These are the fuel tanks. Alright, so this is our Mars area where we would be living. There are multiple trees in here that would carry the air throughout the vents into the building itself, and you would climb through a series of little tube things to climb into the next dome, and each room would be a little dome and connected by these long areas. And so we have computers, so you can call loved ones back on Earth to talk to them. Then we have a little guy for scale size. We also have the food, and the ice cream would be hanging on the wall right here. So a little vent leading all the air in, and really it would be connected to way more stuff. Like each person would have their own little dome to sleep and live in, and then, but also we would need a power source for this. So what we thought was, what is Mars mostly made up of? And we found out that it was coal. So there's lots of coal on Mars, and we found out that you could convert the coal into an energy source to use to power your whole place. And so we thought that would be super helpful, and we decided that we could use a generator, and people would go out, get the coal through drills, then they would use it in a generator to make electricity for the whole thing. And this is our bubble biome of Mars. And on the inside, you can see that we have our dome, because domes are the strongest shape because the weight spreads out on top and spreads around it. And there's a little opening right here where you can get out.
It also shows a little, another miniature dome to do all their data collecting, information, and more facts about Mars.
Mars and Beyond by Aiden, Ethan, and Jesse. Information about Mars. Mars is minus 80 degrees Fahrenheit. It also has a thin atmosphere and about 100 times thinner than Earth. There's dust storms that can blanket the entire planet and last for months. You'll enter Mars at a blistering 13,048 miles per hour.
We will need a very heat-resistant material to cover the spaceship, like sand, so the metal will not melt off the spaceship as it is going to Mars with a new climate.
We must prepare for anything, like if we run out of water, air, or anything that's needed on Earth, like fossil fuels or energy.
Mission Mars concluded. We would love to win, and if we did, we would all split up the money equally and use it on equipment for whatever we need.